Justice with Judge Mablean will be life because in everything we do, it involves the law. Where's your witness?
In the evidence.
That's hearsay.
It's notarized.
I still say it's hearsay.
She's fair.
You gotta help these young men learn how to do this the right way.
Yes, Your Honor.
She's firm.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
No, I
Okay.
don't need to say anything else.
She's honest.
I'm not your child and I'm not your friend. That's the order of the court. Goodbye.
This is Justice with Judge Mablean.
All right, this is the matter of Laura Whitman versus Alexander Sullivan, and you're suing him for $4,270 breach of contract. You hired him to install some wallpaper in your house. Well, I call it interior design work, and you weren't satisfied with it, and now you say he should pay you. Why?
You know, just to kind of give you a little backstory on how I know Alex. Alex is very sweet young man, and I know him through his mom. So me and his mom are very good friends. We know each other through our husbands. My husband works with his dad.
Okay.
And we got to know each other very well, you know, and I was looking for an interior designer to redo my guest bathroom. That room, I wanted to have a custom wallpaper put up on the wall. Me and his mom being really good friends, she knew that I was in need of an interior designer, and she knew that her son was actually going to school for that field. So she said, hey, you know, why don't I have Alex, you know, do your job for you? And I said, yeah, let me talk to him. Let me see if he's actually qualified. Can he do it? You know, so I spoke to Alex and I told him what I wanted. He actually came over to my home and I was kind of describing to him, you know, the type of wallpaper that I wanted. It was a custom.
You show him the wallpaper or just description?
I kind of showed him, no, I did have like a little sample of it that I got from the shop that I went to. So I was looking at this color for a while now. So I had just like a little small sample of it. So I showed him that and he was like, okay, great. Yeah, I can get that for you, no problem. He quoted me $1,500 for the job.
For a bathroom?
For a bathroom. And it was a kind of a small bathroom. It's my guest bathroom. So yeah, so we continued to talk. He did all the measurements and then took down the color that I wanted, the design that I wanted, and said it's gonna take about 3 weeks.
3 weeks to get the material?
3 weeks to get the material, yeah. So I said, okay, that's fine. I went ahead and paid him the $1,500. So
You paid him in full?
I paid him in full.
$1,500 was for the cost of his labor or for the material and labor?
It was for the cost of his labor.
Oh, okay.
Usually these type of jobs are a lot more expensive than that, so he was kind of giving me a deal.
So, but you had not purchased the material yet?
No.
Okay.
He was doing the measurements and he calculated all the material that was needed for the job. So I said, okay, great. So he called me when the material was in. I said, you know, wonderful. Come on over and let's go ahead and get started installing it.
Wait, now, so you had a small sample?
Yes.
And he used that sample and got the exact material, or did he use the sample to get something as similar, as close as he could?
He got the sample and went to the exact place where I got it from.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So the first conversation that we had when he was taking the measurements down in my bathroom, I did tell him that I possibly wanted to have the wall that has the mirror above the sink to be wallpapered as well.
But not taking down the mirror?
No, no.
Okay.
Just to go around it.
All right.
Yeah. So going back, he came over, he was installing the wallpaper on the wall.
What, did he write a contract for this showing you the amount of the cost of the material, the measurements and all? Did you do a contract?
We just had a verbal contract.
Just a verbal contract?
Yeah, because he's my friend's son. So
What does that have to do with the price of eggs? He's your friend's son and you suing him.
that is true.
Okay.
That is
so
true.
Nothing in writing?
Simply verbal.
Okay.
You know,
Did you do a design?
I designed it after what she wanted.
So you gave him a design that you had gone to another company.
Yes.
So all of the schematics came from someone else.
Correct.
All right. So who wrote down the measurements?
So he wrote down the measurements when he came over.
Okay.
He was writing down all the measurements and how much material that he would need.
All right.
To cover all my walls. And like
that part right?
That's correct.
Okay.
And like I was telling you, I did mention that I possibly wanted to have the wall with the mirror.
You may, but
I
at
may
that
have
time
wanted-
you didn't
yes.
say that.
I told him that at the time, at the first conversation
So what
we
does
had,
possibly want?
that I may want that mirror to be wallpapered as well.
So at that particular point, when you
Right.
came to the agreement, it was a may want the wallpaper
Correct.
on behind the mirror. It was not part of the contract officially.
It was a part of the first conversation that we had.
I know, but it's still may. May
It was a
meaning
may.
I'm
Maybe,
not sure.
Maybe, correct.
Okay. So did you ever make up your mind that you wanted it behind the mirror?
Yes,
When?
when he came over to install,
After he had begun the installation process.
correct.
Then you decided that you wanted more wallpaper in a different place.
Correct.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Mablean.
How many jobs have you done before?
This was my 4th job.
So you were relatively new at this.
Relatively new.
Ms. Whitman says that industry standard is you always order more.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Laura Whitman, who is suing Alexander Sullivan for breach of contract.
Wouldn't that require more wallpaper
Yes, it would.
and more time to do it?
Yes, it would.
So what's the problem?
The problem is in his industry of interior design, when you order custom anything, you have to order extra.
So when he ordered,
Right.
knowing that he may, and he showed you what he had ordered, did you see extra?
He didn't show me everything that he had.
I
No.
did.
And did you
extra.
know that he had to order extra?
No, I assumed that
No,
he was
you
prepared.
said you know that they have to order extra
It's,
in this
it's
in
industry
his
standard.
industry.
It is
So you
industry
already
standard.
knew that.
I knew he had extra.
Okay, but you didn't know whether he ordered extra or not.
Industry standard, he should have.
Okay, that's what you say. Are you an interior designer?
I am.
All right, so you have a degree.
I have a degree.
Architectural design?
Yes.
All right. And how many jobs have you done before?
This was my 4th job.
So you were relatively new at this.
Relatively new, yes.
Okay. Now, Ms. Whitman says that industry standard is you always order more.
Correct.
Is that right?
Yes.
Did you order more?
I ordered 25% more.
All right. So what happened then?
When we had our first conversation and I told him that I may wanted that wall to be covered as well, he should have put in for that.
He said he ordered more.
He ordered 25% more.
Okay,
of
you
what
don't
he-
know what he ordered because you didn't see anything in writing. So you don't know what he ordered. So I had to talk to him.
Okay.
What did you order?
I ordered enough for 3 walls, was what she asked for, and then 25% over that in case of slippage, which is standard procedure, like she said.
But did you order 25% over, keeping in mind she may want that 4th wall
No,
behind the mirror?
no,
Okay.
because she said she may possibly want that. So
May possibly.
Yeah.
So when a client says I may want it, it means that they may, which means they will need the material if they do, and it means may not. What did you do to have the material for that 4th wall behind the mirror with the mirror in case she made up her mind that she did?
Well, I didn't order it because she's a family friend, and I thought she would be communicative enough.
So you didn't order it in advance.
I didn't order in advance, but after I ordered it, after she asked for it to be done, because I wanted to help her,
Once she said I really want it,
she said she wanted that mirror wall to be finished.
and then you ordered it,
And then I ordered another.
and there was a problem.
Yeah, there
What
was
was the problem?
The problem was when you do something like that, it's not always going to be exactly the same. And I told her this in advance, so she knew, and it ended up not being the same.
What do you mean not being the same?
Not exactly the
The
same.
color.
You
The
couldn't
color
get
and
the
the design.
exact paper
Exactly. Not
because it was no longer in stock or no longer available, or what?
it's because it's batch specific. So when it's
What
like
does batch specific mean?
basically when you order a batch, all of it's going to be the same. But if you order it again, there's going to be a chance it's not exactly the same.
Okay, so you know that.
I know that, yes.
So when she told you I may want the mirror, and you were ordering the wallpaper to make sure that it was exactly the same, just in case she changed her mind later, why wouldn't you order enough for that?
Well, I assumed she just wanted the 3 walls.
No. You can't assume she just wanted the 3 because she already said, I may want that.
Yeah. The reason why I didn't order more is because I wanted to keep it affordable for her. Since
No,
I gave it to her.
But that's not what she told you. I may want that. You can't worry about affordable for her. You got to give her what she's asking you. So knowing that she may change her mind in the middle of your work and want that, and knowing that it's difficult to match batches later because they're batch specific. So you should order all that you need right now. Can't you return it if you don't use it?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't you get it to make sure?
Well, I didn't get it because I was doing what she initially asked. I didn't expect her to say that she wanted it.
Okay, so you didn't hear her because she said, I may. May, you got to leave the possibility open that she wants it as well as she may not want it.
Yeah.
But if she wants it, you're going to be in trouble if you haven't ordered it in advance because you know batches are batch specific.
Yeah.
So that's where you made your mistake.
Yes.
And so the other mistake you made was don't ever go on a May with a woman designing something and putting up something in her house.
Yeah.
Because they're constantly changing their minds. So you have to write it down exactly what they're getting. And then you say changes to the order. And so then you do a change order.
Yeah.
But armed with the fact that that possibility loomed that she would want that, I think it was incumbent upon you to have at least ordered it.
I can agree with that, but I feel like she should have told me ahead of time because after I installed the first wall, that's when she told me.
When did you tell him?
Well,
When did you make up your mind that you wanted it behind
when
the
he
mirror?
was there installing the paper,
What took you so long to decide one way or the other?
I wanted to see how it was going to turn
You
out.
wanted to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And were you aware that batches were specific since you have this knowledge of interior design that you told me they should order more?
Yes,
Oh.
but
Okay.
this is his industry.
But I did my job correctly.
Okay. So why do you want to charge him $4,200?
So
Because he didn't breach the contract, he did the work.
he did the work very unprofessionally. As you can see, I gave you pictures there. You can actually tell that
I
the
don't see
colors
it.
are mixed match. So on the right is the color, the first color that I ordered. And then above the mirror and below the mirror, the spaces in between, is the second batch that he ordered. It looks,
So
it looks
what'd you do?
horrible to me. So what I had to do was I had to, say thank you, but this is unsatisfactory, unprofessional work.
Coming up,
I know this family.
And you know what? Knowing a family has nothing to do with getting work done and getting things done according to
Right.
the profession.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Laura Whitman, who is suing Alexander Sullivan for breach of contract.
You took it all down.
I had to hire someone to come in, take it all down. Take it all down.
So why wouldn't you go with this interior company that had already given you the estimate in the first place and where you found it from? Because you wanted to
He
save
is a
some money.
friend. He is a friend.
No,
He
you
is-
wanted to save money. He said $1,700, and you said that was substantially less than others.
And it was.
Well, you got what you paid for.
But I know this family.
And you know what? Knowing a family, knowing even if it's your blood, has nothing to do with getting work done and getting things done according to
Right.
the profession. As a lawyer, I know a lot of people, and as a judge. But when I was lawyering, just because I knew someone and someone knew me, I could not reduce my standard anymore because of that.
Right.
And that has nothing to do with it. What you wanted was to pay less, but to get the best. And you can't do that.
Right.
You knew that he was inexperienced. You knew that he didn't have the experience as those other people that you had talked to. And you really knew that when his price was almost 3 times less.
True.
But you wanted the least cost, but the best design.
I wanted to help him out too. He
No.
is a friend. This
So-
is
so
one of my best friends.
Helping
son.
out a young person in their new business means you take a chance and you take a risk that they may make a mistake, because that's what happens when people are new to an industry and a profession. And if you say, I'm willing to give you a chance, and to do that, then you also have to be willing to accept what may happen.
Coming up,
I would assume that he would have already ordered it. Your Honor.
Why you have to assume when you were sitting right there when he delivered the material and brought your stuff? Yeah, you made too many assumptions.
you're watching Justice with Judge Mablean. We're back with the case of Laura Whitman, who is suing Alexander Sullivan for breach of contract.
So Wanting to help out a friend or a younger person or a person new in the industry is a risk you take because they don't know as much as an experienced person. So you assume the risk, and because you were also aware of the fact that batches are batch specific because you've had that experience as well, you should have said to him, order enough just in case I change my mind. And knowing what you wanted and being so specific about it, why did it take you so long to figure out that you wanted that wallpaper behind the mirror, on the side of each mirror?
I wanted to see how it was going to turn out.
Yeah, but you know, seeing how it's going to turn out is, again, risky to try to do it after the fact.
But I would assume that he would have already ordered it, Your Honor.
Why you have to assume when you were sitting right there when he delivered the material and brought your stuff? Yeah, you made too many assumptions. You made too many assumptions, and you all of you, listen to me. I get so sick of hearing that word, I assumed, I assumed, I assumed. When you want something done, be specific about what you want done. Put it in writing, everything you want, everything you think you may want, and then it's okay if you don't do it. And then when you do what's called a change order. In your profession, it's always a change order. 99% of the time, young man, is a change order. You make room for that.
Yeah.
And everything you do, I don't care if it's for your dog, put it in writing if you're doing something for someone else. Particularly if it's business, write a contract.
Judge Mablean's verdict when Justice with Judge Mablean returns. You're watching Justice with Judge Mablean.
When you know in your head what you want, when you know what to do about getting more and just in case and all this batch specific stuff, that's why when contractors come to my house and they start saying, well, you want this and do you want that? I say, you know what? I don't know anything about your profession. I'm dependent upon you. You tell me, bring your measuring stick. That's not what I do. I don't measure walls. I don't pick out papers. I can tell you what I want. I can tell you what I see, and I can tell you what I like. You take it from there because that's your profession. That has to be your starting out, young man.
Okay.
Figure this out right now. I don't care who you're doing it for. If you're doing it for your mother, write it down.
Yes, Your Honor.
Specifically.
Okay.
With an agreement signed by you and the person you're doing the work for. Because this is how friendships end up being no more friends. So now you're angry with him. You're probably angry with his parents, and it may have destroyed a friendship. Why? Because of a misunderstanding. If you were willing to assume the risk, you have to be willing to assume that he may make a mistake, and you have to give him room to make the mistake. You wanted something for less. You got something for less. Judgment for the defendant.
All rise.
Judge Mablean has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Never intended to ruin your bathroom, but you have to understand that I had a job to do. I did my job properly.
We're still friends. I'm still good friends with your mom and still have love for you too.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.